online, granting you the freedom to secure your next vehicle anytime, anywhere. Discover a better way to buy with Woodhouse.
This is Amy from Magnolia's Home Decor and Design in downtown Norfolk.
And I'm Kate. Let's welcome in spring.
If you're ready for vibrant colors, silk florals that are remarkably real, and a new look for inspiring your space, come visit us at Magnolia's.
From spring to everyday designs for your home, we've been busy creating looks that will make your home warm and inviting for your friends and family.
Watch us live on Facebook 6 days a week. Stop in and see us in downtown Norfolk or visit us online at shopmagnoliasonline.com.
A new year, a fresh start, a resolution to grow more, gain more, give more. The process is the same: plant, grow, harvest. But the way you do it is always evolving. And so are we, Aurora Cooperative. Grow, gain, give. Aurora and you.
To sum up the past 20 years in one word, exceptional. It's one of our core values. But our people have been truly exceptional. Our customer support has been exceptional. In 20 years, where will Allo be? When we started, we were just a business fiber company. Then the demand came from residential. Now the products of both business and residential just continue to expand. We've got to start with customers' needs and always work backwards. The customers will tell us, and our teammates will take us there.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
Hi, this is Misty. Here at Family Physical Therapy, we strive to go beyond your symptoms, ensuring you have access to quality, individualized care. We offer physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Family Physical Therapy has an excellent staff that cares about our patients' success. Whether you're suffering from a sports injury, a stroke, or working to improve balance and coordination, Family Physical Therapy is here to help. When you're here, you're family. Visit us at one of our many Nebraska locations today.
I love our Nebraska public schools. As a mom of high school students, I see the value public schools bring to our communities every day. It's where families come together to cheer for our teams, engage with our teachers, and build long-lasting, trusted relationships in our communities. It's where our kids get the skills and opportunities they need to succeed. I don't know if it's that way in other states, but here in Nebraska, public schools are the heart of our communities.
Hey there, sports fans. Looking for a winning play to make your game day complete? Look no further than Speedy Mart, your family-owned neighborhood convenience store. Score big with the wide range of snacks, drinks, and fuel for the road that will keep the whole crew cheering. And here's the kicker. Our friendly atmosphere and convenient location make every visit a slam dunk. So rally the family and head to Speedy Mart for the ultimate game day experience.
Life is a wild ride. It's important to have a trusted partner along the way. Liberty First Credit Union exists to provide its members with affordable financial services. Whether it is a large purchase, a new car or home remodel, overcoming obstacles, or chasing your dreams, financing life is what we do best. Give us a call or visit libertyfirstcu.com.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit gocurrency.com for details. By Central Nebraska Orthopedics, dedicated to the motion of life. And by Region 4 Behavioral Health, quality mental health and substance abuse services.
In every community, there are unsung heroes. They're the ones who make a real difference every single day. News Channel Nebraska and Medica want to thank our community heroes, and now it's your chance to shine a spotlight on them. Nominate your local hero and let their story inspire us all. Winners get to donate $1,000 to a nonprofit of their choice. with over $5,000 donated to date. Together, we can celebrate those who make our communities brighter.
At Zollner Ford, come and see our great selection of new Ford vehicles. Whether you're looking to buy new or you need a car serviced, it's our pleasure to assist you. Our online website makes shopping even easier. Browse our massive inventory of vehicles or schedule your next maintenance appointment. We even offer drop-off and pickup services. Stop by today or visit us online at zollnerofbeatrice.com.
This is a special presentation from News Channel Nebraska. The NSAA Boys State Basketball Championships on News Channel Nebraska are presented by Currency, Allo, Liberty First Credit Union, Woodhouse Auto, and by Midwest Bank.
We still need to determine one spot in the Class C1 Boys State Basketball semifinals, and it's time to figure it out right now. Welcome back to the Bob Devaney Sports Center. I'm Michael Shifley. Andy Klassen is with me, Pat Jansen on the other side of the court. We're ready for another Class C1 Boys quarterfinal. 3 of them complete, and an exciting one still to come. It's number 3 Auburn and number 6 Douglas County West. 2 entirely different programs in terms of history. Andy, you have a team that's been to the last 5 state championship games in Auburn, and a team making its first ever appearance at the state tournament in Douglas County West.
But DC West, don't get it twisted, they're playing with a lot of confidence. Their coaching staff talking about, we just won our first ever conference title. They also got that pelt on the wall, knocking off Platteview for the first time in school history either. So they're here, they've put together a fantastic season, and they are battle tested.
We're expecting this one to be competitive. The other thing we expect to see lots of defense. That's been the theme through 3 C1 games. The losing teams have scored 36, 36, and 35. Both of these defenses average holding their opponents under 40 points.
Yeah, that's a fantastic point, how good these 2 defenses are. And Auburn's been known for that, right? You already talked about their tradition and how we know everything about them. But DC West, that's really where they get, they create that space on the scoreboard anyway, is through that defense. Who can get out of the 40s feels like it's going to be the key for victory here this afternoon.
Who gets to play Ashland Greenwood in the state semifinals? We'll break it down with the key players and check in with Pat Jansen when we return to the Bob Devaney Sports Center on News Channel Nebraska.
The pregame show is sponsored by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
The last name Weeks is synonymous with Auburn basketball in the last 15 years. Head coach Jim, co-head coach Jackson, assistant coach Cooper, all in the family. The other name that's synonymous with Auburn basketball is Binder. Cam is long graduated now. It's Maverick's turn as a senior at State.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun to watch the evolution of his game over the years. His freshman year, you talk about all those primetime players. He was really just a spot-up shooter. Sophomore year, turned into a point guard, had to be a facilitator. Now he's a true scorer, can score from anywhere on the court. He is such a weapon. You know, you need a bucket. He's one of those guys that can get it for you.
Speaking of defense, we talked about that earlier, and the guy that brings the defense for Douglas County West is Riker Wohlers.
Well, I'm glad that's why you took it, because that's what I want to talk about, was Wohlers' defense. Yes, he can score in double figures, 13 points per game, but the way he protects the rim, that's what gives the Falcons the edge here this afternoon.
And he's a man after my own heart. He's going to play football at Nebraska Kearney. Looking forward to seeing the future Loper on the basketball court today. These teams do have history, Auburn and Douglas County West. For more on that, let's head across the court to Pat Jansen.
Guys, this is obviously the first time these two teams have played in the state tournament, as this is DC West's first trip to the state tournament as DC West, but that doesn't mean these programs are unfamiliar with each other. In fact, 2 seasons ago, when Auburn was riding the 3rd longest winning streak in state history, that was 67 games, they were 3-time defending state champions. It was DC West who ended that 67-game winning streak, beating the Bulldogs at home 2 seasons ago. Auburn got a measure of revenge earlier this season, beating DC West, but both coaches acknowledge it's a blank slate. In fact, Jim Weeks, head coach of the Bulldogs, who's over 600 wins for his career, very stern, very quiet, very intense heading into this game. Meanwhile, it was sort of the converse for DC West. Head coach Chip Dolan said simply, let's go have fun. Let's do just that. Let's have fun. We've got state tournament basketball coming up after this. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Aloe. You deserve the fiber things in life. Aloe Fiber. And by Unity Eye Centers, your provider of choice in Norfolk, Columbus, Grand Island, Pierce, and St. Paul.
Champions are crowned each year in Lincoln. All of us at Visit Lincoln welcome the athletes, families, and fans from across Nebraska to our community. When the final whistle blows and the game ends, make sure to discover how Lincoln can make your stay even more memorable. Stop by the Visitor Center at 7th and P in the Haymarket, or visit us on the web at lincoln.org. Visit Lincoln is a proud supporter of high school athletics.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Zollner Ford and Lincoln. Meeting your sales, service, and parts needs. 5 Points Bank. Trust the better bank for your financial needs. And by Family Physical Therapy, getting you back in the game.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back. Sure.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes, the wedding band, so we'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
Welcome back to the Bob Devaney Sports Center. I'm Michael Shively. Andy Klassen with me. You just heard from Pat Jansen, and we're your crew. Connor Luby back there in the truck, our fantastic group of NCN camera operators, replay staff, etc. This is game number 4 of 6 today at the Bob. 3 spots already taken in the C1 semifinals. Let's learn a little bit more about these teams, these schools. Your school spotlight brought to you by Currency. Does your business need financing for equipment, trucks, or trailers? All you need is Currency. Visit gocurrency.com. Douglas County West, west of Omaha, as the name implies, a consolidation of Waterloo and Valley high schools. That happened back in the 2005-2006 academic year. Now Auburn, coming from Nemaha County in southeast Nebraska. They've become a basketball power, traditionally viewed as a football school.
but I think now the first view when you look at Auburn is, it's the hardwood.
I think when they made the hire of Jim Weeks, the script kind of flipped it from, yes, we're still a football school, but that's not all we do. Basketball is also top of mind now for the Bulldogs.
Here's a look at your bracket. Omaha Concordia, they doubled up Malcolm, the top seed, impressing, and won that one 72-36.
You know, I got a chance to see Malcolm play. We actually were on the broadcast very first game of the season, Auburn versus Malcolm. It was a 10-point win at home for Auburn, but I didn't know that was going to be the start of a 26-0 regular season for the Auburn Bulldogs.
Truly impressive, but that's only enough to get them a 3 seed because teams like Ashland Greenwood, the back-to-back defending state champions, and Wahoo, one of the most storied basketball programs in the history of the state, they had great years also.
Yes, they did. It really shows you how it's wide open here in Class C1. And doesn't it feel like head coach Jackson Weeks and his father Jim Weeks, co-head coaches, they use that as a little fuel for their fire, feeling maybe a little slanted like, we're 26-0 and we're not even the top spot? What's going on here?
Well, it's decided by power points, and the schedule difficulty for Auburn not up there with Ashland Greenwood or the others, but still, 26-0.
Yeah.
You got to watch out for this team at state, especially when you consider they've been to the last 5 state championship games. We're nearing the start of this one. We have your starting lineups coming up. This is state tournament basketball on News Channel Nebraska.
I've had the opportunity to work with so many outstanding students and parents in my 37 years as a public school teacher. The 2 things I've noticed they all have in common: a love for their community and a pride in their school. I've seen that pride in my science students who become scientists, in parents who show up for every game and every parent-teacher conference, in former students who become community leaders. Nebraska public schools are indeed the heart of our communities.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. By Central Nebraska Orthopedics, dedicated to the motion of life. And by Region 4 Behavioral Health, quality mental health and substance abuse services.
Getting ready for the starting lineups here at the Bob Devaney Sports Center. Announcing the non-starters between Auburn and Douglas County West. The Auburn Bulldogs number 3 seed, 26-0, led by Jim and Jackson Weeks, the father-son duo at the head coach spot. Chip Daly in his 10th season at the helm of the Douglas County West Falcons, making their first appearance at the Boys State basketball tournaments. 22-3. Those 3 losses coming against teams that not only are in the state tournament, but 2 of them are already on to the semifinals.
Yeah, they've played a pretty good schedule, I'd say.
Your starting lineups are brought to you by Unity Eye Centers, your provider of choice in Norfolk, Columbus, Grand Island, Pierce, and St. Paul. DC West starters: 6'4" senior Drake Travis, 6'4" senior Riker Wohlers, 6'3" junior Karsten Alexander, 6'4" sophomore Nolan Asher, and 6'3" junior Cam Weiss. Those are the 5 for DC West. They go 1 or 2 deep off the bench. Here are the Auburn Bulldogs, undefeated here in the 2023-24 season. Brenton Wenzel starts. He's a 5'11" sophomore getting 10 points a game. Cameron Leslie, a 6'1" junior who was playing JV basketball a season ago, now in the starting lineup. Maverick Binder, a regular here in Lincoln, his 4th year as a starter, made it to state every year. Peyton Bowden is a 6'2" senior. Nixon Ligori, the 2nd leading scorer on the team, is a 6'3" junior. Auburn, they'll go 2 or 3 deep off the bench.
Yeah, so neither team's necessarily real deep off the bench. In Auburn, they've always been known as just being those bulldogs, right? Those bullies on the block. Not always the tallest, lengthiest, most athletic team, but they will outwork you on each and every possession. This is where Douglas County West, DC West, they're going to have to match that energy, especially early on here, and not, just take that shot from the Bulldogs and cower. They're going to have to step up and match that.
Energy in this gymnasium, getting ready for the 4th of 4 state quarterfinals. Oh, the young fans are excited. The parents are excited. Everybody ready to go, including Nebraska's Jawan Gary. I see him in the tunnel watching on right now. Both these sides hoping they can channel his attitude. That's what it'll take in this game. We expect a long drag-out contest here. Physical with defense top of mind.
Whoops.
Auburn wins the tip. Maverick Binder with the basketball. The Bulldogs begin their quest for a 6th straight appearance in a state championship game. Binder dumps it off, and the first bucket belongs to Peyton Bowden.
Excellent job drawing the defense. That quick extra pass from Maverick Binder gets the easy deuce.
Douglas County West, a phenomenal season, the best in school history. It's existed since 2005, 2006. That three-pointer missed by Drake Travis, the 6'4" senior leader of this team. Couldn't get it going from distance to begin.
You love the start here if you're an Auburn fan. Maverick Binder getting involved, maybe not scoring, but has the assist and rips away a rebound on the other end.
Riker Wohlers called for that foul. There's Jawan hanging out just beyond the media table.
Getting settled in like the rest of the crowd.
The Bulldogs lose the basketball inside. Here's DC West on the break, and an easy lay-in for Drake Travis.
Fantastic job by Wohlers spreading out the defense before that laser pass across the lane.
Both sides play primarily, almost exclusively, man-to-man defense. Not much mystery between these foes. They've played the last handful of seasons, and they're going to stick to what they do best.
Oh.
And today, that's Peyton Bowden supplying the offense. He has the first 5 of the game for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, the 6'2" senior, he can back it out and put it in.
7 points a game. He's almost there, and we haven't played 2 minutes. Chip Daling, the head coach in his 10th year for DC West, joining us in the middle of the court by the scores table, beckoning on his team. The best team he's had.
They had the mismatch there off of a switch. They didn't look it up early enough down low.
A team averaging 58 points per game. They hunt good shots. They shoot 49% from the floor as a team.
And they have so many scorers, too. All 5 starters have led the team in scoring throughout the season.
And not just once. Each starter has led the team multiple times in scoring. An offensive foul there, and it's tagged on Nolan Asher.
Wenzel doing a really good job just battling down low. He got caught up in a mismatch a couple of times. That time standing his ground, drawing out the charge.
No surprise, defense, the theme in the first 2.5 minutes. That has been what's been the difference here in C1. Well, many folks saying it's the deepest they've seen this class in decades. And contact in the paint. 2 shots coming for the Bulldogs. That goes on Nolan Asher, and already 2 fouls on the 6'4" sophomore, averaging 11 points a game.
Today's officials, Jake Dilsaver, Andrew Fitzke, and Grant Carter make up our 3-man crew. And you mentioned it a couple of times now, Michael, the defensive-minded, aggressive nature of these 2 teams. That's going to put a little pressure on today's crew.
Oh, it certainly will.
Now they like to get into one another.
Already 2 fouls against one player for DC West. Has to take a seat as Nixon Liguori knocks down both foul shots for Auburn. It's early on, but not a spot that DC West wants to get caught in. Auburn is an incredibly challenging team to come from behind against.
Yeah. They know how to work the clock, how to let the clock kind of play in their favor.
Surveying, here is Cam Weiss with the basketball. And Drake Travis will reset.
This is where you can't get frustrated as an offense. Just run your offense.
Long 2-point jumper is wide left. And a whistle fighting for the rebound. That's called against Auburn.
Credit Alexander, the junior for the Falcons underneath there. Working really hard, drawing that foul on the rebound. Is he getting a good look at head coach Jim Weeks?
His 8th year at the helm of this Auburn team. Before that, 4 seasons at Doane University. And before that, his incredible tenure at Beatrice. That lasted 24 seasons, included 3 state titles. He has matched that state title output now at Auburn. Beautiful inbounds play, but is Alexander not able to put it through at the basket and out of bounds to Auburn?
I don't know if DC West is just kind of rushing their shot right now, but you're not going to see Alexander miss too many of those.
Full court defense by Douglas County West, lightly applied. Mav Binder attacks and is blocked, but contact means 2 foul shots coming for the star senior guard.
From about half court, he was setting that up, that drive. Leaning to his left, dribbling with his left, setting up that quick first step to his right, his path, that time to the rim.
And there is the first point for Maverick Binder. He is the younger brother of Cam Binder, who you might remember from winning 3 state titles with the Bulldogs. Mav putting up some better offensive numbers than Cam did, but Cam was known for being the most clutch shot maker of his era.
I would say so. A couple game winners on a couple of our broadcasts in this building.
And I remember the first one against Grand Island Central Catholic that got it all started back in 2019 for this Auburn team. They're hoping this gets Douglas County West started. Riker Wohlers, the key player for the Falcons at the hoop.
There we go. Falcons will take offense wherever they can get it.
And Mav Binder drills the tray.
Oh, that's a big answer. Good timeout there by head coach Chip Daling for DC West.
Falcons going to talk about it. They trail by 7 in the opening quarter.
John Henry's is now offering electrical service. Our service professionals have been helping with plumbing, heating, and cooling in Lincoln and the surrounding areas for more than 25 years. Now, we're proud to offer the same level of professionalism in our new electrical service. From a whole home rewire to adding new outlets or electric car chargers, John Henry's can be your one-stop shop for all your home's needs. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical. Our family serving yours since 1996.
One thing is for sure at the state tournament, the student sections always bring it. They had to cut out part of the basketball to make that mask.
Both student sections going with the Hawaiian theme here. This guy going to the next level, altering, we'll say, a basketball for some headgear.
Yeah, I haven't seen anybody at the beach wear that.
Almost had like a wrestler type of look to it.
Yeah, a little lucha wrestling. There for Douglas County West. They're coming out of the timeout. It's down 7 early is not where you want to be against Auburn. Cam Weiss not able to flip it up and in. The 6'3 junior comes up empty.
Not a bad look coming out of the timeout, getting right to the rack.
Spin move. Here's Liguori to the hoop. He can't finish. There's an offensive rebound. Cameron Leslie, no. And the board secured by Karsten Alexander. Nolan Asher still on the bench for the Falcons with 2 fouls. Here is Wohlers. And a hand check called. That'll go against Brenton Wenzel of Auburn.
Yeah, Wenzel has to get out and respect the three-point shot, but he's also trying to, kind of stay backpedaling to deter that drive. Picked up the foul, trying to impede that drive.
Lob play inside on the high-low, and the ball is stripped. Binder gets to the court, gets the basketball.
Got to be strong with the ball. Got to be strong with the ball, especially the painted area.
Ruthless Bulldogs defense. They take so much pride in it. Binder for three, just off. There's a rebound for Leslie. He's not related to Carson Leslie, who was our player of the game in the quarterfinals a season ago. What a crossover. There is Matt Binder.
My goodness, and that's what we're talking about in the pregame, the way his game has grown from his freshman year till this point, being one of the senior leaders, captains of this Bulldog squad.
Drake Travis trying to get this Falcons offense going. Weiss runs out of space. No shot clock in classes C and below, so no reason to rush for either of these sides. That's a tough pass. Good defense. Peyton Bowden, and that's the second turnover for the Falcons.
Yeah, you're not going to get away with that, especially that close to the rim against this defense.
Shot fake on that deep three. Good penetration, and it earns a trip to the foul line for the 5'11 sophomore Wenzel.
Yeah, just real quick, decisive offensive basketball shown thus far from the Auburn Bulldogs. That time Wenzel looking to catch and shoot, decides to put it on the floor, gets himself to the foul line.
He was the 7th man a season ago, now as a sophomore scoring 10 points a game. Coach Jackson Weeks says he's a man on a basketball mission. Works on basketball every day, and because he's put in all the work, it's translated to confidence on the court.
Yeah, and you can see that already into double figures his sophomore season. And you can crack the starting 5 in Auburn last 4 or 5 years. That's saying something.
No doubt. Terrific start for the reigning runners-up. DC West trying to chip away at it in the final minute 15 of quarter number 1. That's Trey Schieber that is into the game, wearing number 5. Cam Weiss trying to create. Now Travis for 3. The Falcons having a lot of trouble getting quality looks at the hoop early in this game.
Yeah, that was a deep 3. Kind of caught it, didn't catch in that triple threat position, had to extend up and go get it.
Binder creating. Now the defense goes for the fake, and Cameron Leslie throws it in.
How about the patience there from Leslie, allowing the defense to clear? Beautiful feed once again from Maverick Binder.
Second time out for DC West. Dogs fans loving what they're seeing at the Bob.
Start your next journey with Woodhouse. Our commitment extends beyond just selling cars. We offer an unparalleled car buying experience that allows you to shop and buy all online. Explore an array of new brands, makes, and models, as well as our large selection of pre-owned vehicles. And it's easy to get started today with our streamlined purchasing process online, granting you the freedom to secure your next vehicle anytime, anywhere. Discover a better way to buy with Woodhouse.
It's a season of first for Douglas County West. The first ever trip as a consolidated school to the Boys State basketball tournament. They won 46-31 over an excellent Cozad squad. The game played in Central City in the district final. But like you mentioned earlier, Andy, That's not just the first of the year. They won the Nebraska Capital Conference for the first time ever and beat one of their rivals, Class B Platteview, who's in the state tournament, and they beat them for the first time ever.
Yeah, in program history, and I think once they got that win, that belief factor really started to set in for the Falcons. Like, hey, we're not just working on a really good season. We might be working on a special season right here. And now they find themselves at the state tournament down at Lincoln, Nebraska.
Draining the clock for the final look at it, Douglas County West. Weiss throws it inside to Asher. Kicks out, open look for Schieber. Air ball, and out of bounds with 0.3 of a second remaining.
I mean, that's classic good help defense. You know, don't give them the two-footer. If they're going to beat you, it has to be from the corners. The shot just off the mark there from DC West.
The Schiebers made just 8 threes all year. And a steal for Auburn to take us to the end of quarter number 1, which was brought to you by John Henry's. Our family serving yours. Auburn impressing so far on News Channel Nebraska.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people, you know, we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
A look there at Falco. How about the full-size inflatable mascot for Douglas County West? You can't leave anything back when you come to the state tournament.
No, you cannot. I would have been a little disappointed if Falco, the Falcon, wouldn't have made the trip.
Michael Shively, Andy Klass, and Pat Jansen, your crew. This is the second time these foes have met this season. They did battle back on December 22nd, a 57-42 victory for Auburn. That was a game that DC West led at halftime. Coach Dayling says they just had a bad third quarter, and when you trail late against Auburn, it's really tough to come back. And he said they were excited to draw the 5-time state champions or runners-up in the last 5 years because they wanted another chance at them.
Didn't get off to the start they're looking for, obviously. More than enough time. If you're going to have a lapse offensively, I'd rather have it be early than late.
And it's the Bulldogs who start with the basketball in the second quarter. Drive down the baseline, count the bucket. Brenton Wenzel has a chance at a three-point play and a chance to continue growing the lead for the 3 seed.
See, that's so important for this Bulldog offense. Players like Wenzel stay involved. Don't allow the defense to just focus in on Maverick Binder or one of the seniors in Liguori.
Can't hit the free throw, but the Bulldogs get the basketball. The Falcons lost their footing.
And my bad, Liguori's only a junior. Getting ahead of myself here, Michael.
Wanting the basketball, Wenzel wanted this shot. He was clapping, saying, "Give it to me, Mav," and he knocked it down.
Yeah, when a player's playing with that type of confidence and he's calling for it, those really good point guards, ball guards, they tend to find them.
That was a 5-point possession for Brenton Wenzel.
That helps the average, right? Or
Certainly
get you to your
does.
average.
Good post move. Drake Travis heads to the line, trying to stop the bleeding here in the first half.
Yeah, that's where we're really at right now for Douglas County West. They just need something positive to happen for them. Maybe this is the start of something. Travis getting to the foul line.
Knocks in the first. Drake Travis, his dad, Jeremy, the former coach at Douglas County West, preceding Chip Dayling, who was an assistant under Jeremy Travis. No surprise to hear that one of Drake's greatest traits, his basketball IQ.
Sounds like a coach's son.
6'4" senior. Makes it a 15-point game. That whistle was Jim Weeks, by the way. You notice the whole Bulldogs team immediately looks to the bench. They've been trained.
I was going to say like a dog, like a bulldog?
Exactly like it. Following his own shot, that was Peyton Bowden. Now the 3 ball is long from Liguori. Douglas County West on the run. Nice move. Riker Boulders.
Yeah, really nice move there on the right side. In transition, that's where DC West, they're really comfortable.
Falcons with scores on consecutive possessions, hoping that can be some momentum. And a reaching foul called against Cam Weiss. Both Weiss and Nolan Asher with 2 fouls apiece.
Yeah, so that's going to be something to keep an eye on. We're reaching the midway point of this second period.
Maverick Binder, 17 points, 4 boards a game. Also nearly 5 assists per contest. And stepped on the baseline there. There is Riker Wolders. We told you he's going to play football in college. He'll be a defensive back and flexing his defensive muscle there.
Yeah, doing an excellent job just gobbling up space, using that baseline as a 6th defender, getting Binder to actually step out of bounds.
The roll man fell down there, Alexander. So the Falcons reset on the right side. Cam Leslie getting all up in Alexander's space this possession. Just 2 players in the scorebook so far for DC West. Weiss can't change that.
Yeah, and we're not used to seeing that out of DC West.
Right, balanced team.
Yeah, so balanced, so many scoring options. I think that speaks more to the defensive prowess of the Auburn Bulldogs.
No doubt about it. Only 3 made field goals for the Falcons, and we've nearly played 12 minutes. Binder. With a defender in his face, knocks down the triple, his 2nd of the ball game.
And that wasn't at the line or anything like that. That was deep. That was almost like a little statement, wasn't it?
And a miss at the hoop for Alexander. Foul after the play. Keeps it with DC West on the baseline.
You know, there's a lot of players up and down rosters down here at the state where you make a shot like that, you don't make it, you get yanked out of the game. Not the case with Maverick Binder. He has a green light from anywhere because he's earned it over the seasons.
3 ball up for DC West, and there's a response. Nolan Asher, his first basket of the game, and a big one to help the Falcons keep pace.
Yes, that was a huge shot there for the Falcons. They needed more offensive weapons to step up. Maybe we're starting to see something develop here.
And that gets the Douglas County West fans going here at the Bob Devaney Sports Center for the 4th of 4 C1 semifinals today. The winner of this game will go against the 2 seed and back-to-back defending state champs, Ashland Greenwood. That was a nifty move there by Wenzel.
It really was. Just couldn't get the little finish there underneath the hoop.
Another chance from 3, and just off. Asher trying to make it back-to-back tray balls, but it's out of bounds to Auburn.
Boy, we had a good look at that. That looked true, in and out. Get another good look at head coach Chip Daling.
He thought that should have been his team's basketball. Instead, they're back on defense. Wearing their black jerseys today.
There's a lot of fans wearing black that agreed with him there.
Funny how that goes. Timeout by Auburn. Jim and Jackson Weeks going to gather the troops. They're up 13. The 3 versus 6 matchup here on NCN.
The way we use electricity has changed a lot over the years. What hasn't changed is our commitment to make sure it's there the moment you need it. Nebraska Public Power District. always there when you need us.
Well, I've learned something new about the Weeks family, Andy, and I didn't know there was much that hadn't been covered about that family. But Jackson Weeks, he is also the head girls soccer coach at Auburn. And I asked him, have you always been a soccer fan? He said, well, not really. He admitted to that, but he's grown to love it. When he first started at Auburn, they needed a girls soccer coach. He said, hey, that's going to be good. Says he does have to change his personality a bit between the two sports. And here to start out this season, what a swat by Wohlers. To start out this season, they've had to hire some help because varsity girls soccer practice started this week.
Oh my goodness.
They're a little bit busy.
Yes, Jackson Weeks a little bit busy here. And that might have been Alexander with the huge block defending the rim.
6'3" junior. Swatted that all the way to the bleachers.
That also kind of speaks to, tight-knit family, that culture that they've kind of created down there in Auburn where, hey, we need a coach over here. Of course, Jackson Weeks answers the call.
His assistant coach is Trey Bardsley, who, by the way, is an assistant coach on the basketball team, too. And on the Team USA 3-on-3 team, but we're going to get to that later. Patient possession here for the Bulldogs. Binder gets the taller Wohlers on him. The 6-foot senior loses the basketball. And a backcourt violation. The feet of Nixon Ligori were on the other side.
Ligori's trying to say, and I never had control of it here. We'll get a good look.
Well, he's trying to say it was tipped. Yep. So he might have been fully on one side and slid onto the other.
That's a Johnny on the spot type of call there from our officials who are right on top of it. Douglas County's not going to argue with the possession here. Looking to kind of further cut into this lead as we wind things down on this first half.
Both sides with 3 turnovers in the first half. Good low post position, and Alexander puts it away.
Yeah, how many times do we see a young man make a play on the defensive end, takes that momentum with him to the offensive end? Huge block a moment ago, finishes at the rim offensively.
The Falcons playing with some more energy. Ligori can't silence the run, but it was last touched by Douglas County West. Stick around for halftime, folks. We'll have your halftime highlights presented by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Sartor Heyman will make your jewelry dreams come true. Double team around the screen. Wenzel was able to get the ball back out. Wenzel in trouble again, and this time it's a steal for the Falcons. Travis dishes. And an open look for Cam Weiss. Hits it. Weiss fills it up from long range, and it's an 8-point game.
Once again, that's where the Falcons are at their best, creating turnovers, turning that defense into offense, running the court fantastically, finding that trail 3 at the top of the key.
An 8-0 run for Douglas County West.
Boy, that was right on time to close out this half, going on an 8-0 run.
Maverick Binder with the basketball. Going to work with 7 seconds. Doesn't have much time. Leans into contact and gets the whistle. That's the second foul on Riker Wohlers, and it's 3 shots at the line for Maverick Binder.
Head coach Chip Dalen can't believe it. Saying, didn't Maverick, I think his argument is, didn't Maverick initiate the contact? Didn't he jump into my defender?
No, he did, but that's That's a lot of contact to not blow your whistle on.
And the defender was coming out and converging as well. So when you see that collision, 9 times out of 10, that's going to go the offensive player's way.
Binder makes 1 out of the first 2. He's up to 10 game-high points so far.
No surprise there. Binder's already into double figures before the half.
Half a second after this free throw. The Falcons better beware of a possible tip-in. Instead, Binder sinks it. No shot for Douglas County West. They wanted a foul, and they weren't going to get that whistle. It's the Falcons who make a late first half charge, but Auburn in control, the 3 seed, up 10 at halftime. Stay with us. We have a feature on Nixon Liguori of the Bulldogs. Look at your halftime highlights and thoughts from the coaches coming up on NCN.
I think if you're somebody who's starting a business, or you're a farmer, or you just want somewhere to trust with your finances, you should choose Midwest Bank, because we work very hard to understand your situation and be a part of every step that you're going through. We truly care what's happening in our communities. We want to be out there, be a part of what's going on, and you'll feel the heart that we have for our communities. You'll feel the belief we have in our customers, and you'll really understand that that's the Midwest Bank way.
Halftime here in the Bob Devaney Center. Auburn on top of Douglas County West at the break. And a big part of that halftime lead, Nixon Liguori, the junior forward for the Bulldogs. He puts in a lot of work in the offseason, even during football season. He's a quarterback for the Bulldogs football team, but he puts in a lot of late night hours in the gym working on skills. But he doesn't just do that by himself. He's got a 9-year-old cousin named Kinsey who's obsessed with basketball as well. The two of them will go into the gym, either the Auburn Bulldogs home gym at Auburn High School or the Nemaha County Wellness Center, putting in drills. And Nixon's cousin Kinsey looks up to him, considers him a role model. They will put in those late night hours, sometimes much later than Kinsey's mom, Lindsay Schmidt, would really like. But they put in those drills, they put in the work, and it's showing on the basketball floor. Now Nixon's team just 16 minutes away from another trip to the state semifinals. We'll take another break. Be back with more halftime show after this. You're watching high school basketball on News Channel Nebraska.
Atlas Fiber Internet has definitely increased the productivity of our office. It's one of those things with internet and being a marketing company, we have to have it on and running all the time. And it's always up. We don't run into lags, we don't run into latency issues. It doesn't vary throughout the day, it doesn't vary on weekends or busy time periods. They have local service here. We need to go talk to somebody. They're just a quarter of a mile away for us to be able to chat with somebody. And that is a huge peace of mind for me as a business owner. So not hesitate at all to recommend Allo to anybody.
Salas weaving in, weaving out, and skying for...
Hey sports fans, looking for a convenient pit stop before or after the game? Look no further than Good To Go convenience stores. We're here to keep you going. Fuel up your tank with a refreshing drink and grab one more snack for the road. Good To Go, your winning play for game day.
And hey, I can dunk it too.
Good To Go convenience stores. Fuel up for the game locations in Lincoln, York, Geneva, Bruning, and Hebron.
That is literally the funniest thing ever.
And then I said,
It wasn't, but this guy could use a win. Even if it's not as big of a win as I get with free Kasasa Cash checking. Kasasa Cash pays me a really high rate and refunds ATM withdrawal fees nationwide. So I feel like a queen. Has a mega bank ever made you feel that way? Or is it more like this guy? Take back banking with Kasasa Cash.
Get Kasasa checking at Liberty First Credit Union.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Aloe. You deserve the fiber things in life. Aloe Fiber. And by Unity Eye Centers, your provider of choice in Norfolk, Columbus, Grand Island, Pierce, and St. Paul.
Hello, this is Greg from Family Physical Therapy. We've grown a lot since we opened our doors in 1993, but our philosophy remains to provide excellent patient care above all else. Our patients are greeted with smiles, and our therapists are driven by their patients' success and achieving goals. We provide physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy to those of all ages. Family Physical Therapy has locations across Nebraska. Stop by a clinic near you today.
That promo bump there was Cam Binder hitting a game-winning shot in our first ever NCN live broadcast of state tournament basketball.
Yeah, they've kind of made this their second home, right? Home away from home in Lincoln, Nebraska. And no surprise, another Binder in Maverick is having a huge game here once again.
Let's get to your halftime highlights. Those are brought to you by Starter Heyman Jewelers. Stunning engagement collections, exceptional diamonds, and dazzling gemstones can be found at their Lincoln and Grand Island locations. Auburn controlled the first quarter. You see it's tied at 2 here, but then Auburn went on a 6-0 run, keyed by that three-pointer. Peyton Bowden, the first 5 of the game for the Bulldogs. Then it was spread around. Brenton Wenzel had himself a really good first half.
Yeah, great balance early on, finding shooters, and then Binder, he can back it out. He's got that range, as you saw right there.
Maverick Binder, a game-high 11 first-half points. Douglas County West did start to make a push late in the second quarter. 3 ball goes for Nolan Asher. Then it's Cam Weiss's turn. And that made it a single-digit deficit, but a couple of free throws after a foul in the final half a second by Maverick Binder built it back out to a 10-point game. I'm Michael Shively. He's Andy Klassen. We just heard that excellent story by Pat Jansen. Douglas County West, their first ever trip to state, and it's just so tough when you've never done something before and the team you're going against has done it every year they've been in high school.
Exactly, the tradition that Auburn brings with them here to the state tournament. But what bodes well for DC West is how they can score it and score in bunches. You saw it there as they close out the half on that run. They have a number of scores, and they can score from beyond the arc. Something that can make up a deficit up in a hurry is that three-point shot.
And did they dig themselves too big of a hole? That's going to be a question, but I don't think it's a question what the recipe is to come back. And we saw it in the second quarter. It's defense turning to offense.
Exactly. That's where they're their best, is where they're scoring in transition, and usually that's coming off creating turnovers on the defensive end. They don't get too far away from that man-to-man defense, and it kind of feels like Auburn welcomes that. They love to ISO, play those pick and rolls coming off ball screens. DC West, let's see if they drew something up during the halftime break to try and counter that offensive attack from Auburn.
Well, we already know 3 of the teams heading to the Class C1 semifinals. One of them, the back-to-back defending champions, Ashland Greenwood. That's who awaits the winner of this game. The other side of the bracket, Omaha Concordia against Wahoo. Nothing but powerhouses in the semis, and a couple of highly respected teams trying to figure out that 4th piece to the puzzle.
Yeah, Ogallala just didn't have it offensively, just tripped up a couple too many times. Wahoo, like the traditional powerhouse they are, they know how to close out games.
Right now, it's 26-16 on the Aurora Cooperative scoreboard. We'll hear from the coaches and start the third quarter next.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
Zollner Ford in Beatrice has options to make the process of buying or maintaining vehicles easy and enjoyable. If you have your sights on a new vehicle, a member of our sales team would love to show it to you in the warmth of our showroom or bring it right to your driveway. For maintenance, we offer a few options to make service appointments convenient, like free pickup and delivery within 25 miles of Beatrice, including all of Lincoln. We can also come to you with our mobile service unit to help quickly get going again. Zollner Ford in Beatrice. Sales and service with a smile.
Your life can change with one heartbeat, and that was mine. Pregnant at 16, scared, and wondering how my mother would react was terrifying. This is Selma. I made the right decision. I can't imagine if I would have ended this beautiful life. Your baby is a person that deserves their life and your love. Adelina has filled my life with tremendous joy. There are difficult times, it's a life changer, but I wouldn't have had it any other way. My faith is my strength. You are not alone. Call your local pastor to talk.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
Start your next journey with Woodhouse. Our commitment extends beyond just selling cars. We offer an unparalleled car buying experience that allows you to shop and buy all online. Explore an array of new brands, makes, and models, as well as our large selection of pre-owned vehicles. And it's easy to get started today with our streamlined purchasing process online, granting you the freedom to secure your next vehicle anytime, anywhere. Discover a better way to buy with Woodhouse.
This is Amy from Magnolia's Home Decor and Design in downtown Norfolk.
And I'm Kate. Let's welcome in spring.
If you're ready for vibrant colors, silk florals that are remarkably real, and a new look for inspiring your space, come visit us at Magnolia's.
From spring to everyday designs for your home, we've been busy creating looks that will make your home warm and inviting for your friends and family.
Watch us live on Facebook 6 days a week. Stop in and see us in downtown Norfolk or visit us online at shopmagnoliasonline.com.
Back here, ready for the start of the third quarter at the Bob Devaney Sports Center. Our Pat Jansen had a chance to talk with the coaches at the break.
Got a chance to talk to both coaches as we get set for the third quarter here in the Bob Devaney Center. On the Douglas County West sideline, they felt very confident. They felt very optimistic about the end of that first half, as they really just felt like they started out slowly, but they felt like they've controlled things since then. Meanwhile, on the Auburn sideline, co-head coach Jackson Weeks said quite simply his team has to stop turning the ball over. Asked to expound upon that, that's it. He said that's the one thing they have to focus on. Let's start the third quarter. Back to you guys.
Well, they only turned it over 4 times.
Yeah. Well, when you're reaching
a high standard.
I was going to say, yeah, the standards there in Auburn, they're different than most places. And, yeah, when you're chasing perfection, 4 turnovers is 4 too many.
The Falcons trying to erase a 10-point deficit.
Well, they did a good job pulling back within 10 to close out that first half.
And trailed by as much as 17 in that opening couple of quarters. And they cut it to single digits on the first possession of the third. Nolan Asher inside.
Excellent job working the ball around the top of the perimeter, then finding Asher working across the lane there. Then how he was just patient working with that pivot foot at the rim. That's a welcome sign if you're a DC West fan.
Auburn, we always think about, they're a possession team. They value the basketball, but they've really been scoring it this year, averaging 64 points a game.
Yeah, they've scored over 60 14 times this season, and twice, Michael, they put in over 80.
Of course, many followers of high school athletics likely read the column about the shot clock. That is all but a formality now, that it will become a part of every class of basketball next year. Matt Binder misses. Nixon Ligori gets the rebound. And before it's poked loose, it's a jump ball that keeps it with Auburn. But both Jim and Jackson interviewed for that column about how will this affect Auburn and their dynasty that I think it's fair to say they're currently in. Will the shot clock hurt it? And they said, nobody ever asked us that before. We actually want the shot clock. They played with the shot clock in the holiday tournament this year and said, hey, as long as the opponent has it, we think we know some ways to exploit the shot clock to our advantage.
Yeah, obviously both Coach Weeks, Jackson, and Jim are going to downplay it a little bit. And it kind of reminds me of the coach's argument about bad weather. Well, both teams got to play in the bad weather, right? So it's not an advantage either way.
Ligori loses the basketball, and Douglas County West was the last to touch it.
But I do, however, think it's a good point and question to make with Auburn, because there are some times where they're okay winning 30-24, and they just will have a 2-minute possession here and there and really shorten the game up. Not going to be allowed to do so moving forward.
Peyton Bowden gets open on the inbounds play. Builds it back to a 10-point cushion. Weiss tried to back the ball out, helped out by Wohlers. Now Wohlers is in trouble. Steps through, and the finger roll spins around the rim and drops in.
Wohlers was so strong with the basketball early on there, saving that possession. Then after the defense cleared out, took advantage of the one-on-one opportunity that he had there coming off the block.
Posting up in the paint. Auburn has gone to the bench here to start half number 2 with Nolan Gardner, a 6'7" junior.
Yeah, that was really fantastic. Going back to Wohlers there, not trying to pass the basketball after getting through with it, being aware that Auburn was falling back into the regular defense, and then he had that one-on-one opportunity. Coach Weeks drawing something new up there.
Good use of the whiteboard. Traffic in the lane and a steal for the Falcons. Here comes Douglas County West. One-on-one to the hoop. And winning that battle is Nolan Asher. He already has a couple buckets to start the second half, and it's down to a 6-point game.
And here we go, off a turnover, bucket in transition. Asher just working the left side, coast to coast.
Last time it was this close, it was 8-4. And kind of a tough angle, falling back with the right hand for Wohlers, and then a foul on the rebounds.
And Wohlers is going to pick up that foul, fighting for that offensive rebound.
That is number 3 on the future Loper football player.
But I don't know if DC West could have asked for a better start to this second half.
It has been defense to offense. Here's an open 3, and the Bulldogs get a response. It's Nixon Ligori pouring it in, and I think his cousin would like that shot.
I think so. What a great story that was from Patrick Jansen. And you can kind of see why Auburn is so good, so consistent from year to year. Everybody's putting time into the gym.
It's all about buy-in for the Bulldogs, and they get the steal from Wenzel. Now Wenzel hits the deck to keep it alive, and it's the Falcons who come away with it. Weiss, no-look pass, and the lefty finish for Wohlers.
What a nifty little pass there for Weissy to finish it off.
Auburn built the big 21-4 lead. Now we got a ball game. Binder draws some crowd, kicks it out. The 3 is short. Bodies on the deck. Weiss slides to a stop and calls timeouts. The Falcons preserve the possession. They'll have the basketball down 7 with 3 left in the third quarter when we return to the Bob Devaney Sports Center on News Channel Nebraska.
A new year, a fresh start, a resolution to grow more, gain more, give more. The process is the same: plant, grow, harvest. But the way you do it is always evolving. And so are we, Aurora Cooperative. Grow, gain, give. Aurora and you.
Douglas County West charging back into this ball game. There's some Valley and Waterloo folks fired up to be on the big screen. This is a team that they thought they were good enough to get to state last year, but lost 6 of their last 7 games. They had to play Ashland Greenwood 3 times in their last 7 games last year. They did take the Blue Jays to overtime in the sub-district final. AG went on to win the state title. There's Liker Wohlers. He's into double figures.
Yeah, you got to like how the Falcons are keeping it simple. Get it to Wohlers on the left side. Let him eat. Let him go to work.
Just 2 possessions separating the 3 and 6 seeds, fighting for that final spot in the C1 semifinals. Binder distributes the corner 3. Nothing but net. Hayton Bowden again.
And that has been the answer throughout the second and third periods. Auburn always has a shooter lurking somewhere around that 3-point line, kind of keeping this Falcon team at bay.
The baseline chest pass from Maverick Binder. Credit another assist for the senior.
Yeah, good find. Couple of seniors hooking up there. It was a big triple.
Bowden already 3 points above his scoring average on the season. The long arms of Nolan Gardner, 45 in white and red, helping the defense, but it's not enough to slow down Riker Wohlers, who's starting to take over this game. He has 8 points this quarter.
Yeah, really showing you what an elite finisher he is at the rim. Nifty little move going to his right. Playing with a lot of strength, too. Had to play through some contact.
Ligori is shorts, but Binder somehow escapes with the basketball. DC West dodges one. Wohlers, he's feeling it. Good defense by the undersized Wenzel. Binder thought about it.
Great vision. Once again, that baseline pass.
Bulldogs back it out. Are they going to drain it down to take the final look at the third?
Certainly has that feel to it.
Falcons sagging off. They're going to let them do it. Bulldogs trying to make it 3 possessions of separation heading to the fourth. Maverick Binder steps back, fires, hits! Mav Binder, it's a 2. And the half-court shot is blocked. Binder beats the buzzer. And it's an 8-point game heading to the fourth quarter on NCN.
To sum up the past 20 years in one word, exceptional. It's one of our core values. But our people have been truly exceptional. Our customer support has been exceptional. In 20 years, where will Allo be? When we started, we were just a business fiber company. Then the demand came from residential. Now the products of both business and residential just continue to expand. We've got to start with customers' needs and always work backwards. The customers will tell us, and our teammates will take us there.
Douglas County West in the thick of things as they try and pick up their first state tournament win in school history. Now, DC West is a relatively new school in the scheme of things, forming in 1995 as far as a merger between Waterloo and Valley. So which school prior to the consolidation was more successful? Well, that sort of depends on how you look at things and how you measure things. Valley had 11 state tournament appearances compared to Waterloo's 10. In fact, Valley had the only state title between those two schools, winning all the way back in 1929. But Waterloo had the more recent success, reaching the state tournament in 2001. That was the last state tournament appearance by either of those two schools. Waterloo reached the semifinals that year, falling by 2 points to Ewing. But these two schools and two towns had a lot of success together in American Legion baseball. They won a Class C state title in 1994 and in fact reached the American Legion National Tournament. Now they're trying to get a win here today against powerhouse Auburn. Let's check the fourth quarter right now, guys.
Well, thank you very much, Pat. And their task became harder thanks to that Maverick Binder deep two. Such a tough shot, such a clutch shot, something we've come to be quite familiar with from the Binder clan.
Really is that shot to close things out. And then credit DC West here, looking up Wohlers down the right side. Once again, taking on a lot of contact here. Obvious shove there from Gardner, bodying him up.
Quick trigger three for Travis. He's been quiet here in half number two.
That was good stuff. Old Patrick Jansen dug up for us there about the tradition, the history of DC West and the two communities coming together. I know you remember that 1929 championship team from Valley.
Yeah, it was. I think it was Class I. They won that one in. Foul on Travis is his second. No one in severe foul trouble. Riker Wohlers has 3 for DC West, 2 each for Travis, Asher, and Weiss, and the only guy with 2 for Auburn is Wenzel. Here's Binder to the hoop, and he lays it in. Maverick Binder knows it's the late third, early fourth quarter, and that's his time to shine.
Yep, got by the defender there. Credit Asher, Nolan Asher for DC West, not committing the foul, though. Understanding he got beaten, there's nothing he could do about it.
Wohlers for 3. No. And, wow, hitting the deck, Gardner, and a timeout taken by Binder. So Auburn keeps the basketball. We've played 1 minute and 12 seconds here in the fourth quarter, and it's the Bulldogs still in front of the Falcons.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Maverick Binder, that was to beat the third quarter buzzer, and a huge shot. He cleared a good 2 feet of space with that step back.
Yeah, not only that, at the top of the play there, he dribbled out of a double team. Douglas County, I thought, made a great move defensively, changing things up and springing a double team trap. Dribbled out of that, ran into another defender, step back 3. I mean, sometimes those primetime players, it doesn't matter what you throw at them, they're going to get the best of you.
Full court pressure, as we've seen throughout the game for Douglas County West. Charged back there in the third quarter. And out of bounds, that's DC West basketball. This is your fourth quarter, brought to you by Visit Lincoln. See and experience all that Lincoln has to offer. Discover more at lincoln.org.
Dead ball allows for Auburn to put on their full court man-to-man press.
The Falcons have cut it as close as a 5-point game. Weiss gets it out of there. Now it's been built back up to a 10-point lead by the Bulldogs, largely thanks to Binder, who scored the last 4 in this game. And a push. That's a foul on the Bulldogs.
It was either going to be a foul on Auburn or a travel. I agree with the call as things were getting extremely physical down there.
Deep 3 ball, and it's money. Nolan Asher drains it from deep.
My goodness. The sophomore catch and shoot. He didn't think twice.
The kind of shots the Falcons need now. And foul really prevents an easy look at 2 for Auburn. And that one goes against Weiss. He has 3. That's the second team foul this quarter. 2 free throws coming once teams get to 5 fouls on a quarter.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I think if you're a Falcon fan, you're okay with that foul because that saved an easy bucket.
Creating off the dribble, Bowden works it back out. Binder draws some bodies, able to keep his toes in front of the half-court line. And a shot fake and a basket. Cameron Leslie gets to the left block and puts it in off of the glass.
And those Wenzel driving to the hoop once he understood the numbers game. They had numbers, did Auburn.
Going to work, Asher. He's hacked. And it's a shooting foul. Stops the clock at exactly 5 minutes to go on the Aurora Cooperative scoreboard.
You know, and I think I like what DC West is doing defensively. About midway through it, each and every offensive possession from Auburn, they're going to bring the double team on Maverick Binder and just get the ball out of his hands. So they're going to force somebody else to beat them down the stretch here.
Asher misses the first. DC West as a team shoots 66% from the line.
Still, 3-possession game, 5 minutes left, more than enough time. You don't have to press too much if you're Douglas County West.
Gonna make Binder think about it as he gets the ball across the timeline. So good at changing speeds, gets all the way to the hoop, and offensive rebounds, and Leslie's fouled.
See, that's a killer. And we heard the Douglas County West coaching staff talk about those second shot opportunities. You got to limit those, especially against a team like the Auburn Bulldogs.
Shooting 2 for the Bulldogs, it's Cam Leslie.
Cameron Leslie, 6'1" junior. Played on junior varsity a season ago. Ready for prime time now.
Looked pretty calm, pretty cool there on that last attempt.
Auburn, program that won 3 straight state titles going into the last couple of seasons when they lost in the championship game each year, both times to Ashland Greenwood. And it's the Blue Jays of Ashland Greenwood who await the winner of this game. The Falcons to the hoop, count the bucket, give him the foul as well.
Ah, that's an excellent take, going baseline, Michael.
And it's Will Bergston's first basket of the ball game. He has a chance for a 3-point play.
Boy, and he is fired up, rightfully so.
4 fouls now on Brenton Wenzel of Auburn.
You know, it hasn't been pretty the entire way, obviously, for Douglas County West. But after you saw the start of this game, what was it, 21-4?
Yes.
You would have told me this would be the score right here, right now. I think you'd take that as a Falcon fan.
Weiss, the reach in, and that's his fourth, team fourth. So we'll see fouls from here on both sides. We'll see foul shots, pardon me. They're going to the free throw line in the bonus after this.
Well, it feels like just a moment ago it was just one foul each.
Auburn clinging to that 7-point cushion. A lead that was as big as 17 in the first half. And the Falcons get the steal. Wohlers dishes, Weiss misses.
Ooh.
And Leslie secures the rebound.
That's one of those opportunities you got to capitalize.
Binder dishes, here's Leslie at the hoop, he's swatted! Nolan Asher with a rejection. And a deflection out of bounds to NC end zone, Jake Bartecki. Media row, always clamoring for a chance. And how about that block?
Looked like he got that one on the way
Asher.
up. Didn't even allow the ball to get up and extend for the shot.
Travis spins to the rack, and that's a push called against Cameron Leslie, trying to get the defensive rebounds.
So here we go. Foul shots are going to play such a critical role down the stretch here.
They saw that left arm reaching out there by Leslie, and they saw that to the officials. Chip Daling has gathered the 4 players not shooting the free throw around him for a conversation. Travis hits the first, and it's a 6-point game. Nothing but net on both of them. 5 straight for the Falcons. Timeout, Auburn. The 3 seed, the undefeated Bulldogs, getting tested by the Falcons. The final 3:34 when we return.
Hi, this is Misty. Here at Family Physical Therapy, we strive to go beyond your symptoms, ensuring you have access to quality, individualized care. We offer physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Family Physical Therapy has an excellent staff that cares about our patients' success. Whether you're suffering from a sports injury, a stroke, or working to improve balance and coordination, Family Physical Therapy is here to help. When you're here, you're family. Visit us at one of our many Nebraska locations today.
Douglas County West fans have had a lot to cheer about of late. They're fighting their way back into this ball game. Once trailing 21-4, now it's a 5-point game in the closing minutes.
Yeah, really tip your cap to the never die attitude here from the Falcons. Chipping away, as we mentioned during the halftime break, their strong suit is their defense, and that defense turning into offense as we get a good look at head coach Jim Weeks. You know, has some questions for the officials. He's one of those coaches, always has those questions ready to go.
Both coaches keeping the stripes on their toes. Lob pass into the backcourt. Weiss couldn't intercept it. Here comes Binder and company. Again, no shot clock in this level of basketball for the rest of this season. Next season, it'll be there. Here comes Maverick Binder. They're going to work it around the perimeter, enjoying that 2-possession lead.
Yeah, and this is a spot where I don't know if you want to really play this possession game and try and shorten the game up, only up 2 possessions, as you mentioned.
Binder gets inside. Now he's in trouble, and a tie-up. The Bulldogs bench can't believe it. The possession arrow will keep it with Auburn.
Oh, they were looking for the reach-in foul. Not going to get it.
Tough to see there. Great look by our crew right on top of it. And they're going to check that possession arrow for sure. Talking at the scorer's table.
Yeah, this is a good job by the officials. talking to one another, but then also talking to both coaching staffs, straightening everything out. Not leaving any questions out there.
The lights that are on the scorer's table are signifying that both teams are in the bonus, not which direction the arrow is going. We got that figured out. A double team on the baseline and a timeout burned by the Bulldogs. 42-37 the score on the Aurora Cooperative scoreboard. There's a look at that Auburn huddle occupied by one Jim Weeks, the co-head coach, who this season earned win number 600 of his career. He got it done against Falls City Sacred Heart. They didn't celebrate it, though, because nobody knew. Jackson Weeks, his son and co-head coach, figured it out a couple of games later, and they celebrated. And they did it at Fairbury High School. That's where Jim graduated from. They took an awesome photo on Chuck Moore Courts, which is named after Jim's high school head coach. So it really worked out beautifully. But
yeah.
Jackson trying to play it off. He was honest about it. No, it just was a coincidence. They realized it 2 games later. And when they presented him with the game ball there in Fairbury, Jim said, "Oh, I thought I was 2 games away from getting there." I got it 2 games ago. But regardless, that basketball now sitting in a clothing rack in the back of the basketball office. Shows what the milestones mean for Jim, but he did appreciate the gesture from everybody, recognizing what has been an outstanding high school coaching career to this point and beyond.
That's a little hilarious how he didn't, he was unaware of it, but it also shows you how important the journey is, right, for a coach like Jim Weeks.
Foul on Nolan Asher.
Yep.
Here's Cameron Leslie. He's hit 2 at the line today. Makes it 3. All starters for Auburn with at least 5 points apiece. It's 1 out of 2. And a tough rebound for Riker Wolders. Still a 2-possession game. Weiss for 3. Off. Quick possession for DC West.
Yeah, they got to be quick.
They're not wasting much time, going for steals, and that does lead to fouls occasionally, and it stops the clock.
Yeah, the positive takeaway there is that it does stop the clock. You're going to get the ball right back. The obvious negative, you're putting Binder on the line.
Foul on Drake Travis, his 4th. Mav Binder misses the 1st.
Okay, so a couple missed free throws as of late from the Bulldogs.
Binder now up to 16 points on the game. Asher with the basketball, squares up the 3, it rattles out, almost got that one to fall.
Oh, that looked good.
A 3-possession lead with under 2 to go, exactly where Auburn wants to be. And the basketball in the trusty hands of Mav Binder. And there's a foul. It's on Bergston, and it puts Binder at the stripe.
Yeah, this is kind of the point of the game we're at right now, where DC West are going to have to, run into some luck here down the stretch.
And a similar story to the first time these teams played back in December. just change which quarter was the bad one for DC West.
Right.
It was the third quarter the first time. They actually led at halftime, got blown out in the third, and then it was tough to come back against Auburn in the fourth quarter. Here it was the first quarter that was the bad one. DC West now trying to do what no team has really been able to do in the last 5 years, and that's knock off Auburn in the fourth, but Cam Weiss takes a step towards doing so, drawing the foul called against Peyton Bowden.
Yeah, nice little move here, good footwork. Has the strength and the hang time there, Mr. Shively, to get that one off the glass.
And gets the free throw to follow.
All right, back to a two-possession game.
And the Falcons get the steal. Weiss looking for help, finds Travis for three. Offensive rebounds. Wohlers powers it up and in. Timeout, Douglas County West. They've cut it to a 4-point deficit. There's 1:15 to go on the Aurora Cooperative scoreboard on News Channel Nebraska.
I love our Nebraska public schools. As a mom of high school students, I see the value public schools bring to our communities every day. It's where families come together to cheer for our teams, engage with our teachers, and build long-lasting, trusted relationships in our communities. It's where our kids get the skills and opportunities they need to succeed. I don't know if it's that way in other states, but here in Nebraska, public schools are the heart of our communities.
Three teams already on to the Class C1 semifinals. Omaha Concordia doubled up Malcolm. Wahoo held Ogallala 14 points below their previous season low. And then Ashland Greenwood held back the Cardinals of Donovan Trumbull to just 35 points. But Auburn and DC West have yet to decide who's going to be in that semifinal. Just 4 points separating these foes.
Douglas County West got the turnover they're looking for with that full court pressure. That quick timeout allows them to set another full court pressure here. Let's see what head coach Daly drew up.
The Bulldogs trying to beat the full court man-to-man press. And there's a foul in the backcourt. It's on Bergston. Just his second. Auburn going to be tasked with making free throws to put this one away. They'll give it off to Peyton Bowden.
Yep.
Bowden has not shot a free throw yet.
That's really what this is going to come down to now. Can Auburn seal the deal, deliver from the stripe?
They're going about 50% here in the fourth quarter.
Still a two-possession game.
Bowden now has 11 on the game. Wohlers sizing up the defense, loses the basketball, but Ligori can't hold on to it. The Falcons keep possession.
Back and forth we go. Emotional roller coaster here down the stretch.
Weiss will inbound. In the paint, a step through and a basket. Nolan Asher. One possession game.
Love that the Falcons are still attacking the rim, not just looking for the three ball.
Auburn across the timeline. When does the foul come from DC West? They don't want to foul Binder. They might have to. They pounce on Ligori, and there is the whistle. Riker Wohlers commits his fourth, and Nixon Ligori, the 6'3" junior, scoring 13 points a game, heads to the line with his team clinging to a three-point cushion.
It's a little bit of, desperation mode right now, but Wohlers with that fourth foul. I think you heard that from the coaching staff, trying to holler out orders. Somebody else come up and commit that foul.
In and out for Ligori, who hit 2 first-half free throws, but has been held to just 5 points today. And he makes it a two-possession game. Here comes Travis. Travis to the hoop. Got the foul. The basket didn't oblige, but 2 shots coming for the senior.
I mean, this offense has hit a couple higher gears here for the Falcons. They are in an attack mode. They are getting to the rim. And this is a great scenario. If you're a Douglas County West fan, the clock is stopped here at the foul line.
The former coach's kid hits the first.
Once a coach, always a coach.
Exactly, exactly. Couple of designated foulers coming in for Douglas County West. They send their players with 4 to the bench, preparing for the next defensive possession.
And keeping that lead at 4 or 5, that's really allowed Douglas West to, rather than think about a 3, just put their head down and get to the rim.
Travis gets them both.
Okay, they pulled it within 2. Got to think they're going to look for that quick turnover here, then administer the foul once it gets to the half-court line.
And there's the foul right away. Trey Schieber.
Okay, and here comes the offense checking back into the game. Falco looking a little tense over there, doesn't he? What am I saying? He's had that face on the entire game.
Heck of an atmosphere here at the Bob Devaney Sports Center. Best game of the day so far. Peyton Bowden. Three-point game. The senior. Calmly hits them both. Here's Weiss. Weiss gets the quick bucket. Chip Daling gets the timeout. He shrugs his shoulders. He thinks an extra second or so ran off the clock. But right now it reads 14.4. And it's a 2-point game again.
I love the aggressive nature that Douglas County West is playing with right now. And then I find myself, asking myself, where has this been up to this point? You allowed Auburn to get out to that huge lead, and credit the Falcons, right, for battling back and never giving up, because there were times where it just felt like Auburn was really going to run away with this thing. So there's so many things that you love out of Douglas County West, but then you also think to yourself, oh man, where was some of this offensive aggression earlier on?
It takes adjusting to this atmosphere, to the stakes of the state tournament. But it's safe to say they've adjusted here in the second half. But the seasoned Bulldogs trying to salt it away. There's now 15 seconds on the clock. They added 0.6 of a second. DC West going for the steal or the foul right away. 15.2 now, 0.8 of a second put back on. Bowden into Binder. He's corralled right away. One timeout left for Auburn. Douglas County West doesn't have any remaining.
Now we're going to see the offense, defense come into the game here. Multiple offensive mainstays looking to check back in after the first free throw attempt.
Chip Daling joining his players kneeling at the scorer's table. The 10th-year head coach, so proud of this group that made it to state for the first time in program history. Now they're trying to pull off the unthinkable comeback. But Maverick Binder trying to once again propel the Bulldogs onto the state semifinals.
Yeah, a couple big free throws served up here for Maverick Binder.
Matt Binder at the line.
Binder with a game-high 18 points. Sinks the first.
Boy, and a lot of these free throw shooters for the Bulldogs. They don't mess around. They kind of just catch and shoot from the foul line.
He got them both. It's a two-possession game again. Cam Weiss. Weiss gets the shot fake and the basket. They can't stop the clock. And a steal, and the buzzer sounds, but before that, they granted, no, that's it.
Wow, wow.
The buzzer sounds, Auburn was signaling for timeout, but before it was called,
my goodness,
the buzzer goes off. The Falcons got the steal, but ran out of time.
What a crazy end to this game, Mr. Shively. Gonna get a look at it right here as time clearly expired before the shot went up.
And it was a miss, if that makes any consolation to it all. A terrific comeback by the Douglas County West Falcons, but again, it's the Auburn Bulldogs who advance to the state semifinals. You know what they say in Auburn? The calendar goes like this: January, February, weeks, then April. The Bulldogs own March, and they're moving on to the semis despite the valiant effort of DC West. Final score on the Aurora Cooperative scoreboard: Auburn 52, Douglas County West 50. Stay with us. An interview with the winning coaching staff and the player of the game next.
Hey there, sports fans. Looking for a winning play to make your game day complete? Look no further than Speedy Mart, your family-owned neighborhood convenience store. Score big with the wide range of snacks, drinks, and fuel for the road that will keep the whole crew cheering. And here's the kicker: our friendly atmosphere and convenient location make every visit a slam dunk. So rally the family and head to Speedy Mart for the ultimate game day experience.
Life is a wild ride. It's important to have a trusted partner along the way. Liberty First Credit Union exists to provide its members with affordable financial services. Whether it is a large purchase, a new car or home remodel, overcoming obstacles, or chasing your dreams, financing life is what we do best. Give us a call or visit libertyfirstcu.com.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. By Central Nebraska Orthopedics, dedicated to the motion of life. And by Region 4 Behavioral Health, quality mental health and substance abuse services.
Survive and advance, that's the story in the high school state basketball tournament. And we're now joined by the victorious co-head coach, Jackson Weeks. And Coach, would I be wrong in saying a little bit of a subdued reaction from your team after that win?
Well, you know, it's state tournament, man. Every win's a good win, and you know, getting off to a good start was huge for us. And you know, it's we're one step closer, so that's exciting. Proud of the guys. 6
straight semifinals for this program. What's it mean to the town of Auburn and to this school?
Yeah, it means a lot. You know, it's rewarding when the kids that put so much commitment and time in, they can come experience this. And you know, for those guys that have, 6 years in a row and getting to go to the finals, I just proud of our guys and so thankful that our players have got to experience that.
Now, you talked about some of those early shots. We'll bring in our player of the game in a second, but I want to talk about some of the other guys. The Brenton Wenzels, the Peyton Bowden, some of those big shots hit early in the game.
Well, I'll tell you, Peyton Bowden is one of the most coachable guys we've ever had. He does everything we ask, and he's incredible on that. And then Brenton Wenzel, his toughness and courage. You know, obviously he's not the biggest guy out there, but he doesn't play like it. I mean, like I said, it goes back to the time those guys put in, and they should be confident.
Now, we will talk about our player of the game. A guy by the name of Mav Binder. We've heard about him for the last 4 years now. Just some absolutely big shots today. Can you talk about his performance?
Yeah, he's our leader, man. He gets it going, makes sure that everything is taken care of for us. So, couldn't be more. I don't have the words to say. I couldn't be more proud of this guy here. So the last 4 years, as a freshman, our leading scorer in the state finals. So he's got a lot to be proud of, and we're proud of him. And he needs to get some rest and get ready to go for tomorrow.
You're obviously familiar with the assignment tomorrow. Ashland Greenwood, you've seen them a lot the last few years. What's it going to take to get over the hump and beat the Blue Jays?
Yeah, obviously, they're really athletic, really physical, can defend, and so it's going to be a tough task. But we're sure thankful to have the opportunity, and we'll go prepare, get ready, and be ready to go for tomorrow.
Coach, congratulations. Best of luck tomorrow.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Now let's bring in our player of the game, Mav Binder. Mav, 20 points today. What had you going?
It was our preparation, our coaches. I like to thank God and my teammates. They made big shots for me. They opened up things for me. So all credit goes to them.
You've now been in the state semifinals all 4 years as an Auburn Bulldog. What's it mean to be a part of this run for Auburn?
It's something special. No one really gets to experience that, and I'm very blessed and thankful for it.
Big shot, end of the third quarter, that little step back that you hit to kind of keep the distance over the Falcons. Take us through that moment.
It was just preparation. Me and my dad work on those shots every Sunday morning. So all the work played off, and it was great.
So you won a state championship your freshman year. You're now one game away from making yet another state championship game as a senior. What would it mean for you to go out on one last winning note?
It mean the world to me. That's all I want right now. I don't care about any points, just to get the wins. So.
Now, you were fairly animated coming off the floor, saying that it was too close. What's your message to your teammates as you head into the semifinal game against Ashland Greenwood?
It's not on them. I should have talked them through the situation more. I should have led more. We need to practice that more, and we need to practice that situation more. So.
Well, Mav, congratulations on the win. Best of luck against Ashland Greenwood tomorrow.
Thank you.
That's our player of the game. We'll take another break. This is high school basketball on News Channel Nebraska.
In every community, there are unsung heroes. They're the ones who make a real difference every single day. News Channel Nebraska and Medica want to thank our community heroes, and now it's your chance to shine a spotlight on them. Nominate your local hero and let their story inspire us all. Winners get to donate $1,000 to a nonprofit of their choice, with over $5,000 donated to date. Together, we can celebrate those who make our communities brighter.
It's a rematch of the past two state championship games. Auburn against Ashland Greenwood in the state semifinals. But first, the Bulldogs had to get past number 6, DC West. Your top plays brought to you by Currency. Need financing for RVs, ATVs, or other expensive items? Currency is here to help. Visit gocurrency.com today. Number 3, Auburn. They've been to the state finals 5 years in a row. Douglas County West, they've never been to the state tournament. Should be a fun matchup, right? Let's find out. It's Douglas County West getting a bucket from Drake Travis in transition. That tied it at 2. DC West struggled after that point in the opening quarter because Auburn started to crank up and hit threes. Peyton Bowden knocks that down. He had a 5-0 run, and after one quarter, it's 16-4 Auburn. They keep the onslaught going early second quarter. Tough finish. Count the bucket plus the foul for Brenton Wenzel, the 5'11 sophomore. 24-8 now. At one point, it was 21-4 in this game. But then guys like Nolan Asher start to hit threes. And here's Cam Weiss joining the party for the Falcons. And they're able to cut it to a 10-point deficit at halftime. Third quarter, and Auburn now up just 6 points. Cash in 3 of those for Nixon Ligori. That was the lone field goal of the game for the second leading scorer for the Bulldogs. And then in transition, that's where DC West is at their best. Riker Wolders took over this game. He had 8 points in the third quarter. Late third quarter, 3-ball drops in. Peyton Bowden, a massive 13 points for the Bulldogs, who are keeping DC West at arm's length. And Maverick Binder hits the shot of the game to beat the third quarter buzzer. A tough step back on the right corner. Keep that one in mind when we head to the end of this game. Not done yet. DC West down 10. 3-ball, Nolan Asher. The fight from the Falcons. They keep it going. An offensive rebound for Wohlers, the future UNK football player, muscles it up and in. And they cut it to a 2-point game. But time at the line for Maverick Binder and Auburn proves to be too much. A last gasp steal and heave. Didn't quite beat the buzzer for Douglas County West, and their comeback falls short. It's the Auburn Bulldogs staying undefeated, 27-0, heading to the semifinals. Michael Shively, Andy Klassen, Pat Jansen, and Class C1, we thought it was going to be ultra competitive. The first 3 games weren't exactly along those lines, but man, was this one excellent. It came down to the final 10th of a second.
Yeah, you really got to tip your cap to the fight that DC West brought to this game, especially after not getting to the start they wanted to, but they didn't let that deter their efforts from that point forward. And boy, did they finish out with a fury of buckets. Just a little too much given up in that first period, but yeah, they got that steal as time expired, got a shot up just after the horn blew.
And I think it was a great point by Pat in that interview. That third quarter, end of third quarter bucket that Auburn stole, getting that step back too, that step back that Mr. Binder had practiced with his dad, Todd, every Sunday morning. That really paid off. Turned out to be the point differential in the game.
Punch their ticket to the semis, right, for the, fourth, fifth, 100th year in a row now for Auburn?
6th year in a row for the Bulldogs, and I have great news for everybody. We're going to broadcast the C1 semifinals tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Number 1, Omaha Concordia. Number 5, Wahoo. 10:45. Number 2, Ashland Greenwood against number 3, Auburn. Before all of that, we have more basketball coming up. That will be this evening, and it's Class D1 as Johnson Brock goes against Riverside, and Ansley Litchfield matches up with Plainview. We'll start our coverage at 5:50, a 6 o'clock tip-off for the D1 Boys quarterfinal. We hope you join us again for that from the Bob Devaney Sports Center. Until then, thanks to our sponsors who make our broadcast possible. Thanks to our outstanding crew led by Connor Luby. On behalf of Pat Jansen and Andy Klassen, I'm Michael Shively. So long, and we hope to talk to you again in about an hour from the Bob Devaney Sports Center.
Welcome to the 1890 Initiative headquarters at 11th and Q in downtown Lincoln. Brandon Axsmith with you on News Channel Nebraska as we are joined by Husker standout Merritt Beeson of the volleyball team talking all things NIL. And Merritt, first off, NIL is new, and I think a lot of people maybe think that these athletes and student athletes are just handed over a big sum of money and they're on their way. But that's not how it works. And the 1890 Initiative specifically has something called fulfillment, where athletes go out into the community and they earn this money. Can you talk more about how that works and what that looks like?
Yeah, it's almost like a job in a way. Like we do things to get paid. Obviously, that's what NIL is. You have to be doing something. You just can't sit here and hand me, here's X amount of money. I have to do something to earn it. And so for us, fulfillment can look very different. Like I described, maybe it's, we're going to go play with a few kids. You know, we're going to talk to these people. We're going to show up to this event and we're going to promote this event, whatever it may be. Maybe we're hosting a volleyball camp like we will be soon. You know, there's so many different things that we're able to do, and most of these opportunities do allow us to give back. So it isn't just they're just handing us a big lump of money. You know, we're obviously doing things to earn that and to kind of give back to the community in a way while earning that as well.
Now, you mentioned those community opportunities that you have, and some people may be not quite sure how that works. So you have the 1890 Initiative, and that's really the vehicle that connects those dots for athletes.
So 1890 kind of connects us back with the community. They're finding opportunities to plug us back into the community and allowing us to give back to the community. So maybe a business comes to 1890 and is like, hey, I want the volleyball team to come here, and they can kind of reach out to us and be the navigator between businesses and us. And then there's also a ton of opportunities for us to, hey, maybe it's just there's a group of kids that we're going to go play volleyball with, or there's a group of people at an elderly home that we're going to hop on a Zoom and we're going to talk about our volleyball experience. We're going to walk them through a day in our life. We're going to talk about what it's like to be a volleyball player at Nebraska. They just kind of help us connect back with the community. They allow us to give back and provide us with those opportunities.
Well, Merritt, thank you again so much for spending some time with us here on News Channel Nebraska as we are continuing to learn about NIL and educating our viewers across the state of this new landscape. I'm Brandon Axemet. We'll see you next time.